Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. Today we're going to be unboxing a group of VGA certified video games. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you've probably seen that we grade most of our games with WATA. But WATA uses those prefabricated cases, and every once in a while there's games that come in that are beyond the dimensional capabilities of WATA, so we have to send those games over to VGA for grading. We have quite a few games with those guys right now, and they sent back what looks like maybe 10 games here, 10 to 12 games, so we expect to have about 10 to 12 games in this big ball of bubble wrap here. If you guys aren't familiar with how VGA sends back your submissions, they typically wrap their games in this big wad of bubble wrap, put this inside of a larger box, fill it with some packing peanuts so it doesn't get damaged, and that's how they come back. We always cut those big boxes down, throw away all the peanuts so it doesn't make a huge mess here, and those boxes are humongous. They'll take up the whole screen. So we just take out the big ball of bubble wrap here with the games inside to show you guys. But like I said, we do have a lot of games with them right now, so we're not exactly sure which ones they sent back. We do know there's a lot of systems in here, so very excited to see what titles we got back and what grades we got out of them. So let's go ahead and cut into this and see what games we got, see what grades we got. Very excited. VGA is taking a very long time to send games back, so I think we sent these in about 5 months ago, so excited to get some back. Okay, I think I see how they're stacked in here. All right, that's good enough so they don't fall on the floor. I think we have probably about 12 games here. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at what we got back. All right, starting off with the Atari 7800. This is Tomcat. This is an 80 plus. Now, we mentioned this before with these large Absolute games, these large boxes. These are super soft paper that they made these boxes out of. They're not very rigid, so these boxes did not stand the test of time all that well. So to get a good grade out of these, an 80 or an 85, super tough. And all these Absolute titles, these are very popular because they do come in these large boxes here. And there's only a handful of games, I think 5 or 6 games that came in these large boxes. So these here are very solid afterbuy collectors, and we do have an 80 plus on the Tomcat. That's great. All right, starting off with the winner. Let's keep it going. Oh, great. Here we have some of the adult titles for the Atari 2600. This here is Custer's Revenge. This is an 85 plus. Oh, man. These adult titles for the Atari 2600, these were super tough to come by. There have been some that popped up over the past few years because people did find some of these actually stored in a warehouse, but not many. And these boxes here, because they are thicker and they are thin paper, these were only made for adult purchases back in the day. So these weren't meant to be kept sealed for 40 years. So these, they don't come nice very often. So if you get an 85 or an 80 on these, that is a super good grade, and these will definitely go for about 1,000 plus, these adult titles here. Now, there are some on the market, like I said, that aren't as nice. You can probably pick those up for $300 or $400, but when you get them in this nice condition like this, an 85 plus, expect to pay good money for these. These are highly sought after and highly collectible. All right, these Mystique games are great. It's kind of what took down Atari. The fact that they published a lot of these adult games here. But, like I said, still very solid afterbuy collectors and very collectible. All right, another one. Once again, an 85 plus. This is Beat 'em and Eat 'em, another adult game from Mystique for the Atari 2600. Once again, just like I mentioned a moment ago, in high grade and mint condition, these games are super tough to find. 85. Ah, that's great. These are definitely going to slide off here in a second, so I'm going to have to reposition these. We have another one. Now, this here is an 85. Oh, that was an 85 plus. This here is an 85 for Beat 'em and Eat 'em. Once again, Atari 2600 Mystique adult game. We do have some duplicates in this because we sent in just kind of whatever we had that was in a large format that, like I said, was beyond the capabilities of WATA the grade. We sent them all over to VGA because we didn't know how long it was going to take. Like I said, VGA is taking a very long time to send these games back to us, so we just sent them everything. So there will be some duplication, but still, great to see these titles. What do we have here? Oh, great. This here is Hero. This is for the ColecoVision. 85. That is great. You don't see these for the ColecoVision that often. I mean, I think we've only ever picked up, what, 2 or 3 of these ever over the last 10 years for the ColecoVision. You see these sometimes for the Atari 2600, but never for the ColecoVision. That's why we wanted to send this in. You know, these games are super tough to find. Not a lot of people collecting for the ColecoVision, and these games like this very renowned, very collectible titles like Hero, these are games you do want to own for the ColecoVision, even if you're not a big ColecoVision fan or a collector. You know, if you're collecting for the Pioneer systems, you don't want to pass up or overlook these popular titles or the titles that people do go after, because these are the ones that are important in any Pioneer system. Let's see what, oh, we have another one, I think. Ah, great. This here is an 85 plus, and this even has the Activision for ColecoVision sticker on the front of it. That'll probably give a different variant in the census. That'll probably be a different variant listing. Oh man, 85 plus. What was that one? 85. So far, we're doing great. I think we've had only 85s here. I think we had 180, but all of them are 85s. This was a great group to send in. All right. All right, here we have title match for the Atari 7800. This one here is the most highly sought after and one of the rarest games for the Atari 7800. And this is, once again, the big absolute box. Huge box here, very tough to keep these nice. We do have a 75 plus on this. You know, we just cannot get a good grade out of this title match. I think we sent in maybe 1 or 2 other ones, but they always come back 70, 75. We can never seem to get a super high grade. But, you know, that's why they're so sought after. That's why they call so much in the secondary market. This game here, definitely over $1,000 for this title in any grade. Just because to find these things factory sealed, almost impossible. This was a tough title for the 7800. I like that it still has the KB toy sticker on there. That's great. Clearance, $1.97. All right, so let me set this one here. Don't want to cause a landslide. Okay, back to the Atari 2600 with another Custer's Revenge. This is another one of the adult titles, 85 plus. Man, we are scoring today. We got some great grades. Oh, that's great. All right, and all these Mystique games, these here were unlicensed by Atari, but you know, since they were sold for the Atari system, that is of course one of the things that helped bring them down. You know, all the unlicensed games that were coming out in the 80s for the Atari, that definitely diluted the market and just really hurt the Atari brand. Oh man, all right, another beat 'em and eat 'em here, and another 85. This is for the Atari 2600. Once again, this is one of the adult titles. This is our third one. That's great. We're getting some good grades out of these games today. Okay. Oh, now this one here is one of the most sought after of these Mystique titles. This is Bachelor Party, and it's an 80. All right, well, you know, we had to get below an 85 eventually for these. This here is, of course, for the Atari 2600. This was Mystique, one of the adult games. This is one of the harder to find ones. Bachelor Party, I think this is the only copy we've ever picked up. You know, the Beat 'em Medium, Custer's Revenge, those games, you know, they do pop up every once in a while. Like I said, not in high grade anymore. All the high grade ones are definitely in people's collections by now, but they do pop up every once in a while. This one here never did. This is the only copy we were ever able to buy of this game. An 80. All right. Let's see if we got anything else in this big... Oh. We have another Hero here for the ColecoVision, an 80 plus. We're just scoring on these grades today. Like I said, there is going to be some duplication here. Oh man. This one here, of course, does not have the sticker, the Activision for ColecoVision sticker that we saw on the other one. So this here is just like the other copy we had. 85, 80 plus. Man. We're getting some great grades out of these games today. Very happy with this so far. Okay. Check out this monster. This here is for the Atari 400, 800. This is Defender. Now this is 80 plus, you know, great grade on this. This is the only copy we've ever seen. These humongous paper boxes like this. These things did not last. They did not store well. They're always damaged. This is the only copy of this game we've ever seen. And it's in great condition. I mean, you know, look at the size of this box as compared to these. and this is still an 80 plus. That is great. Look at the size of this thing. These, you know, when they made games of this size, they just did not store well, and these games do become incredibly expensive in the secondary market today, just because 40 years later, you know, there's so much room here for error and for damage on this game that to find one of these in good condition today is near impossible. Oh man, that is fantastic. 80 plus. All right. See if that stays there. Okay. And now we just have this little pack of 2 or 3 here. We'll cut into that. So what do we have here? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 14. Oh, we might have like 17 games here. That was my mistake. Yeah, they really packed them in. Usually a wad of bubble wrap that size is only about 10 to 12 games. All right, let's see if I can get into this without cutting the games. All right, here we go. I think I got them. Let's set these over here. Oh yeah, this one here. Completely forgot about this. This here is Boeing for the Atari 2600. This is an 85. Incredibly rare. I think this is a rarity 9 or rarity 10 for the Atari 2600. Super rare to find this in any grade. You know, you typically don't even find carts of this. To find this actually factory sealed, this is the only one we've ever seen. That's why we picked it up. I mean, we did pay pretty good price for this game, but it's an 85. Oh man. Now that is a fantastic game to have in your collection. Boing. Now this here is a rarity 9, like I said, or rarity 10. It's way up there. There's only a few copies believed to still exist. Oh, that's a great one. Oh, I forgot all about that one. All right. Down to our last couple games. Oh. Here we have Dragon's Lair for the 3DO. Now, some of you guys might not know what the 3DO is. This was a very short-lived gaming system. It was very expensive when it hit the shelf. I think it's $700. I think it cost more than the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis combined. So not a lot of people bought that system. Not a lot of people bought the games. The games are also very expensive. So to find these games factory sealed today, almost impossible. Because people paid good money for these games back when they came out. If you're paying top dollar for these games, you're definitely going to bust them open and play them. You're not going to save them on your shelf for 40, 50 years hoping they're going to be worth some in the future. So this here is an 80 plus. The ReadySoft Panasonic 3DO. Oh man. And Dragon's Lair. You know, we've only seen a handful of games for the 3DO in the past 10 years. You just do not see 3DO games. Like I said, they were expensive when they came out. People didn't buy them. People didn't really play that system too much. So to find these games factory sealed today, impossible. I mean, there's not a lot of people collecting for the system, but to have these games, especially as iconic as Dragon's Lair. If you're going to buy games for the 3DO, definitely make sure they're these iconic games. I think they made about 250 games. I don't know how many were actually sold of each particular title. I can't imagine that many. So all of them, I'm sure, are pretty rare. But these these are landmark games, Dragon's Lair. 80 plus. Oh, it's a promotional copy. It does have a little burst down here that says free promotional item, but they actually marked this here as a promotional copy. Well, that's cool. Okay. Our last one. This here is also going to be a Dragon's Lair. Another 80. That was an 80 plus. This here is an 80. Once again, this is a free promotional item, so I guess this was a promotional copy of this. Oh, man. I don't know how many of you guys remember playing this in the arcade. I think it cost you like $1 a turn, and your turn lasted, for most people, about 3 seconds. So you chucked in, $10, $15 just to actually get down the street on this game. Very tough game when it came out and hit the arcade, so a lot of people bought these for the home console just so they can actually get further into the game. Once again, this is for the 3DO. Very short-lived, very under-collected platform, so to get any games on this platform, super tough, especially today. To find these factory sealed, almost impossible. So there you have all the games we have for you guys today. A lot more than I thought we were going to get. I think there's, what, 17 games here? Super cool. We do have some more games coming from VGA, so definitely make sure you check in the future. We will have some more games. So please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.